Going on, y'all? It's your man Hanny from On the Line with episode 139 of Car Chats. We're going live with Fat, aka the Fat Boy. He's gonna jump in a minute. We're gonna get to it. I don't have anything rocked by Diamonds Rising, but as always, you already know. Hard use free, dog. Woo!
Not yet.
Well, midnight, but we celebrate now. But as always, Diamonds Rising is the sponsor of the show. And yeah, we about to go on. Janine, I'm sorry. I'd like to have another convo with you, but we got someone coming on already. But hit me up and we can schedule something. You already know what it is. Fat Boy just joined. He's about to jump in. Bully Zone, what's good, my dog? I'm so glad my boy's free, yo. Finally out. Woo! My dog.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep. We good. I'm trying to get my headphones to work.
All right, my bad. What's going on, dog, everybody? Episode 139 of Car Chats. Bro, why don't you let everybody who's in here now know who you are, where you're at, and what you do, and everybody after that watches if you're not in your live. Oh, shit. He's mysterious with a hand over the camera. What's up, bro?
There we go. We're rocking with the headphones now. Okay.
All right, bet. So, yeah, like I said, for the people that are in the chat right now who don't know you and the people who come in after to check it out after we're done, why don't you let them know who you are, where you're at, and what you do.
Yeah, you know it. I go by Fat, formerly known as the Fat Boy. So, you know, if you're searching, you still might find me under that. But I'm out of Greensboro, North Carolina, born and raised. I've been all throughout North Carolina. Just started getting into, like, traveling out of state and everything like that. Most recently, Florida. I love going to Florida. I've been rapping for a long time, probably longer than some of your viewers been alive. But you know, I'm here, man. I'm loving the ride. You know what I mean? It's a daily grind. You feel me?
Yo, I appreciate all the support you've done in the last couple of months that I've had you tapped in. Shit, bro, I really appreciate it. I got a lot of homies out in Greensboro, North Carolina, too. A lot out in Raleigh. You know, I got some artists you've probably seen I've interviewed from North Carolina in the last couple of weeks. You know, I've been tapped into that scene. So yeah, bro, I really want to thank you for doing all that support, always posting and always chopping it up with people and, you know, like positive shit. It's always good to see. So first off, I want to thank you for that. Secondly, I want to thank you for wanting to be on the show, episode 139. I mean, we just hit 100 episodes a couple months back and we're already almost at 150. So we're going to celebrate that soon too. And yeah, shout out everybody that's just joined. Shout out Travis Mack. How you doing, bro? Haven't seen you in a minute. Bill CF. Very, very, very big in the hip-hop scene that loves hip-hop, follows it. Shit Simple, I think that's one of your homies.
Yeah, that's one of my people. Shout out to my bro. Shout out to Ken. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up with my people that I seen come in too. So shout out to my people that came in too.
Yeah, I got Bully Zone in here. I got Janine. He's out in, I believe, yeah, Janine's in Nigeria. So shout out to the homie in Nigeria. Brittany, you can get the fuck off. Nah,
well, damn.
I'm playing. She knows I'm going to talk shit, so it's all good. But shout out to everybody that's tapped in. So, yo, you said you've been rapping a long time. How long is a long time?
How long is a long time? And I hope this will, you know, kind of answer another question you might have had, but my inspiration was the Notorious B.I.G. The first song, well, the first video, really. Say again?
Because you don't call yourself big.
That, you know what, that came about later, but it was kind of in that same vein, you know what I mean? But the Biggie was probably the first time I seen somebody that, you know, wasn't necessarily like, you know, he had the line, black and ugly as ever, you know what I mean? And so that was kind of, that resonated with me, you know what I mean? Before that, I felt like, oh, you got to be LL Cool J, or you got to be Treach from Naughty by Nature, or even if you big, you got to be Heavy D. You know what I mean? You got to look a certain way. But Big came out and he was just him, black as hell, cockeyed. I was like, bro, there's a lane for, you know, and I ain't no bad looking dude or nothing, but at the same time, you know, I ain't no.
His mom was deep rooted in the Jamaican culture, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, shout out to all my Jamaicans and Trinidad and Tobago people, man, you know, my TNTs. Man, I got a lot of fucking homies out from TNT and a lot of people out from Jamaica. I grew up with a lot of the island guys. So you're out. You always been in Greensboro, born and raised?
Yeah, born and raised. So I currently live just outside of Greensboro, and I lived in Durham for a little while. I've always lived in North Carolina though. But yeah, born and raised, and I love it, man. You know what I mean? I love North Carolina. Like, I've thought about moving other places. I've looked into moving other places, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of reasons to stay here.
That brings me to a question then. So, like, if you could be making music and doing what you do, like the photography, the graphic design, all that, where would you choose to go other than North Carolina?
Well, a lot of that, like, for me would be more about like cost of living and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it was still, I find that rural areas are good in that sense as far as cost of living goes. Now, as far as opportunity goes, not so much. I don't think I would want to live in like a huge city like New York. I went to New York for the first time last year. It was wild.
Everybody
goes to New York. Wow.
Oh, it's like Canada.
But it's just
like Canada. Everybody goes to Toronto.
Same thing with and like California. Everybody goes to California. Yeah.
They think the LA and New York are the city of dreams. It's the city of the same shit. Saturated.
Yeah. So I wouldn't want to live in a huge city, but I mean, maybe somewhere. Atlanta kind of getting in that vein too. I would maybe want to live in Florida because Florida is just love. You know what I mean?
I got a homie out there that's making music right now. He's dropping a project with someone I interviewed both of them, but I don't know if you've seen the interviews I did with Young Breeze and June Fargo. They're out of Vermont. Well, Fargo's out in Florida, but he's originally from up north in Vermont. But yeah, those guys are fucking crazy out there, man. Vermont is like the sleeper state for me right now. Like I would never imagine the music that's coming out of that state.
Connecticut is low key too. Like Connecticut is another one that you wouldn't really think about, but they got some heat.
I feel like when New York gets tired, like New York people get tired of being in New York and they see that their attempts to do what they're doing doesn't go anywhere. They end up going to like either Connecticut or Baltimore or sometimes Philly, maybe.
Jersey, yeah.
I don't think they want to go to Jersey, bro. I don't think New Yorkers want to switch up to Jersey, bro. They're gonna get
yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're like, yo, where you at now? He's like, oh, I'm just crossing Jersey. They're like, all right, blocked.
Shout out Trav.
So shout out to my homie Disease out in Jersey, man. Since I've been doing this shit, I've connected with a lot of dope artists, a lot of people that get slept on. But I interview anybody and everybody, from people who are established, like Rick Hyde and shit from BSF, or people that are just making music, new people who just started yesterday. I don't really give a shit. I'm just trying to help people get out. I'm from the era where the only platforms you had a chance of getting on was TV or the radio. So if you weren't able to get on either of those, you were just pushing your mixtapes out the fucking trunk.
It was a different time, man. Like, honestly, I missed that shit. I miss that shit though. I'm not gonna lie, because I used to be out there with the backpack full of mixtapes and shit. You know what I mean? That shit was love.
I hate to keep bringing up different interviews I did, but it's because there's so many things that I touch base on with people that when I ask questions, just leads back for an example. So like, I interviewed a homie who when I was consistently making music and shit, he lived in a city called Hamilton. It's just outside of Toronto in Canada, and he was like one of the main people to put that city, Hamilton, on the map. Like I forget what he said in the interview. It was like 8,500 mixtapes, and he just drove across country, just giving them out. He didn't even sell them. He just gave them out. And then he found out that the urban clothing stores and shit that like everyone was shopping at, like when the tall tees and fucking everything were popular, they were selling his mixtape. And I'm like, yo, that's foul. You gave them all free, and they're just selling you shit.
That's something. Shout out Chester Gary. Shout out Snug Life. Just came in, but
shout out the person with the username Titty Talks.
That's an important shout out.
I'm following Titty Talks right now, just based off the name alone.
But yeah, I'm really honestly thinking about going back in that direction because physical media is starting to kind of get more of a following, especially with like vinyl coming back.
Yeah, bro, I just got vinyl of this shirt from my homie S.
That's fine.
And he's out at Mississauga, also just by Toronto in the GTA area. He just sent me vinyl and he sent me a couple tees and shit.
Yeah,
bro, like vinyl come back, made my heart happy as hell.
Oh yeah. And it's amazing how everything just kind of comes full circle, you know what I mean? So my last album, The Cook Up, that's out now, I put that one on flash drives and packaged it. And I only, put together a few of them just to see how it would do. But I don't know, it was cool. Like the response, people were really like, yo, that's dope. You know what I mean? See something physical again rather than just streams and everything.
Physical and digital all in one, bro. You give them a flash drive, they get a physical copy, and they just throw that shit in the USB port, and they're good.
There you go. But, bro, download the shit.
I got to talk about that song I posted on the story earlier with you, because that shit, when I put that on, I wasn't expecting to hear what I heard.
Oh, the Heat joint?
Yeah, like I tapped into your music and shit like that, but like I didn't fall onto that track until today, because I'm trying to search your music, and then I type in "fat" for like music on Instagram.
The Fat Boy. Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, no. So then I just went to check what I knew you had other aliases, so I hit Google. Then I put the Fat Boy, and then the first song that popped up was "Eat." So I'm like, Fat Boy and "Eat." I'm like, there's got to be something coincidental with this shit. So, you and I think it was a shorty that performed on it.
XL.
That was crazy, bro. Your flow on that was fucking madness.
That's definitely one of the crowd favorites. Like, that's one of the ones that, you know what I mean, people are still like, yo, that's my joint, you know what I mean? So,
how long ago did you drop that?
That was, that's 2 years ago now. I dropped it in 2021, I think it is. And yeah, that's still one of the ones that's still one of the ones that people rock with. You know what I mean? I don't know. It was just the flow and everything. It didn't even need no heavy hook, but the hook that was on there was slick. I don't know, man. It just worked out.
Blended well, bro. I'm telling you, man. Like when I hear shit like that, when I hear shit that I'm like, all right, it sounds like it's something bass that he could play, like a play on his name and shit, kind of, like Fat and Eat. I'm like, it's got to be something, it had to be important enough for him to name it that and put it out. So I'm like, I'm gonna put this one first.
For sure.
Bro, it took first I posted it, and it took me to the end of the song, and all I heard was a beat. So I'm like, did this dude produce a beat? Is that all this is? And then I took it to the front, then I put it in the middle, and the first thing it landed on was like perfectly fitting to like the end, like maybe a quarter towards the end of your verse into the hook, and I was like, yo, this shit fucking slaps.
Yeah, Instagram's weird. They choose which clip they want to put up when for the preview or whatever. And for that song, it went all the way to the end. Like it goes right to the end, that last hook. So, but the hook part is kind of the catchiest part. I'm not gonna lie to you. So
the hook is dope. But yo, the verse, the way you like had to structure your verse and shit, like the fast flow and switch to a little bit of a slower flow, it was nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like a lot of people can do that, yeah, but you have to. Can you do it right? That's the question.
You gotta switch it up. You know what I mean? You gotta give them some variety.
So give me some context behind that joint.
So I'm gonna just tell you what I told Exhale when I hit her up and was like, yo, I need you on this track. I just want you to bar this motherfucker out. It ain't really no hard topic. Like I usually do have some kind of story or some kind of message or some kind of topic or subject matter to my songs, but for that one I was like, bro, just bar it. You know what I mean? Just hit it. Like, if you got bars, just go ahead and smash it. And I hit her up for a reason, because I know she got bars. So you heard how hard I was going on there, and so she come in right after it and don't miss a beat. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I wanted. Just bar this motherfucker out.
Is she out of North Carolina too?
Yeah, she's I want to say out of Raleigh. I don't want to get that wrong, but I think she's out of Raleigh.
People stand up, bro. I got a lot of love from my homies out there. Shout out DJ if he's ever back online. I hope he sees this shit. Actually, you know what? I might have to hit you to send her a message for me and try and get her on the show, to be honest.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I'll link it up.
Instagram shit, you send a message and it's like just an invite. You can't send shit else after. So you got to make sure that first message is fucking good. And I'm like, y'all make me fucking here look like a groupie and shit, pouring my heart out. Like, please come on the show. And I'm like, I'm not like, if it's like, I'll hit you up. If you say yes, you say yes. If you say no, I'm like, all right, cool. No love lost.
Yeah.
So
that's all you can do.
And for that track, was that on a specific album or is that just a single?
That joint, it originally came out as a single, but I did wind up putting it on my EP Falcon Heavy. So it started as a single first, and then as I crafted that EP, it was like, yeah, this will fit on there. This will be a dope joint to put on there. And that EP also has a 1993 Wait. I can't remember every song. It's a 6-track EP. on that one. So
But,
Falcon Heavy.
Falcon Heavy, is it on Spotify and shit right now?
It is. Yeah, it's out. That one, I don't know. It's under the singles though. I don't know. I guess because it's an EP, it's not with the albums. It's with the singles on there. I don't know.
Give me 1 second, because I got my homie here that we're celebrating today because he's finally, my dog's free. So,
oh yeah.
Well,
yeah. Welcome back.
Midnight he's free, but like as of right now, we're just chilling. That's why I'm here doing the interview here and shit. But yo, can you type in what was it?
Here's what I'm gonna say. Go to, is it on there? It should be on there. I'mTheFatBoy.com, like my username, but .com at the end. I'mTheFatBoy.com.
Hit that and then
slash music if you want to be quick. Slash music.
.com/music, and then look for the joint called Eat, please. I'm gonna play it for the people that are in here and the other people who haven't heard it. Just I should telling you, bro. There's something about that. And like, the Fat Boy, what? I'm the fatboy.com/music. And the song's called Eat. So
I have like a widget on there that's got like all the music videos.
Did you make
say again?
Did you make a video for that one?
Yeah, there's a music video out for that one. Shot by J Lil TV.
Right.
He put his foot in it. Man, he did his motherfucking thing. It's classic. It's high energy.
Definitely peep the video after for sure.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm gonna get that track playing in a second.
No doubt. The video is on my page. The track, I think it's on there. I believe I got a link on there if you click the album cover. I'm always switching it around, man, so don't give me the line.
Speaking of Hamilton earlier, shout out to Young Brisk who just joined. He's based out of Hamilton. Shout out to Young Brisk, Hamilton in the building. We were just talking about that Jigs Krill interview that you were watching that time, Brisk. But yeah, we got to set something up too. Trav, you were definitely putting on for your mans right now. You've been hitting comments and talking.
Shout out to Trav. Me and Trav go way back. Those
the type of people you need. And like, like a lot of the times your friends aren't really your supporters. You know what I mean? But sometimes there's those few that really tap in and like really care about the shit you're doing because they want to see you succeed, right? And I feel like that's
definitely.
I don't know.
Trav, one of them people.
I feel like I could understand you. Which one?
He got some flow too. He's big too.
Fat. Those are videos. You must have just on thefatboy.com?
No, I put music, nigga.
God damn it. Yo, is it on Spotify?
It is on Spotify, on my Spotify page.
And just it's called Eat and Fat.
By the Fat Boy. The Fat Boy Eat.
Put Eat by the Fat Boy, and it'll say featuring someone. I forget how to say the name, but it's there. I've been smoking way too much weed today, bro.
Man, I'm just getting started again, man. I was out.
Yeah.
I'm back in the house. I'm trying to get right.
What was popping for the kids? You said you're out for the kids today for Halloween and shit?
Yeah, we just went to a couple trunk or treat. Well, I say a couple, but we went to like 5 trunk or treats, and just letting them do their thing. It was. I like trunk or treats. I'm not gonna lie. I do miss the days of trick or treating. Like back in the day, but it's a different time. But I do, as a parent, I can appreciate trunk or treats because they kind of get in, get out. Like you're not there all day, all night. You kind of get in, get the candy, and roll on out of there. So.
Word.
Yeah.
That's cool, bro. How many kids you got?
It's just my son. But I went with a friend of mine and her kids, and it was a good time.
That's cool. Is he young, really young, or is a toddler?
Yeah.
What's up?
No, he's 8, so he's not super young, but he's still, pre-adolescent.
Does he mess with your music?
A little bit. He just started wanting to kind of do it himself.
Word, bro. You see that young sensation that just did a track with what's his name?
Drake? Drake's son?
I think so, but I just no. Fuck that shit.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. Like, I feel like Drake is speaking through his son.
Yeah.
But no, like it's like it's cool seeing these young kids start doing music and stuff, and they get brought to the studio and shit. You know, the OGs put them on, but it's just when I hear a young kid and the content is like the shit that we hear from someone like French Montana. I'm like, bro, why did your mom let you do this?
Yeah.
You know, like you should not be talking about being out with a stick with a beam on it. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't trying to hate on you, little homie, because if you do have a stick with a beam on it, I really ain't trying to fuck with you. But
That's real. You know what I mean?
I know.
I don't know. I like seeing kids chase the passion. You know what I mean? I like seeing them chase the passion as long as they doing what they love.
Yeah.
But I agree with you wholeheartedly too. You know what I mean? Let it be natural. Like if it's anybody that's just starting this, watching this by chance, let it be natural, man. You ain't gotta slide on the ops all the time. You know what I mean? Shout out Alex Fannin just jumped in, by the way. Shout out Big Homie just jumped in.
No, the worst part is half these niggas don't even have no ops on them.
Right, that's the whole thing. Like you ain't got to do all that, Holmes. Like there ain't no point in doing all that. What's good?
That's my dog, bro. He's free.
Welcome home.
Yes, sir. He's back, and he's got his shit going on. He's straight. He's good. You know, I'm happy for him, bro.
That's important.
Shout out my dog. Be the Wiz for introducing us, man. Brandon, I'm not even gonna try and attempt pronouncing his last name, but Brandon, my indigenous brother. But yo, I'm gonna play this joint real quick, and then I'm gonna let everybody know it's it's the Fat Boy featuring Exhale. Is it just TAOP or is it called Top?
It stands for The Art of Persuasion. So yeah, TAOP.
Okay, that's dope. All right, so I'm gonna play this right now. Let me know if the volume's all right.
I can hear it in my headphones. Yeah.
Hey yo, shout out June Fargo. I just spoke about you earlier, my dog. Ooh. That's low, dog.
Yes.
Dog, come on, man.
Spinning, yes. Guitar sounds wonderful.
Like this. Now you got me hype all night, bro. Woo. Woo. Woo.
I have to make a track with this guy.
Love you too, Fargo. You already know. This part. Yeah, she goes hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah. Oh, I didn't hear that line before. That was hot.
The video go hard. I love the video so much. Like the video really set it off. The track is hard, but the video really give you kind of, that visual energy.
I gotta run that video later. I gotta check that for
If y'all want to see a clip of the video, it's on my page. I'm the Fat Boy. You know what I mean? Plug. There's a clip on there in my reels. But after this show, don't leave now and go watch it. Wait till after we finish this.
Got a good audience right now. We got 8 people in here. We don't have a lot, but people tap in afterwards, which is cool. The views go up pretty well. You know what I mean? It's not the big podcast, but it is very free and open, and people could talk their shit or they can do whatever they want. because I'm really.
I'm great.
I used to be
I'm
like,
grateful for the 8 people. I'm grateful for the 8 people, 9 people. Thank y'all.
yeah. What's up? I think that's one of your homies or one of mine. I'm not sure. Let me check. Nope, that's someone that I've been following. Oh, yeah, I know who it is. Yeah, yeah. What's going on, bro? Thanks for joining. Shaolin Rage, another homie from North Carolina. I think he said he lives in San Diego now. But yeah, him. True Consequences out there. Shout out my guy, Elite, and I always forget his name. Billionaire.
It's a lot of talent.
Billionaire Devino, or yeah, something like that. Anyways, V, you know, Glue Hefner, that's from there. You know, shout out all them.
Shout out Big V is how I crossed paths with your page.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I saw his interview that he did, and I don't even remember how me and you wound up following each other. You know what I mean? But I seen that interview, and then after a while, I think like Facebook or something had started like suggesting your page to me or something, something like that.
All right.
Yeah. So,
algorithm's working in my favor.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It worked out for sure.
Definitely.
And so, shout out to Big Vito. You know what I mean? I definitely want to give Brett his props and give Brett his flowers. I've been following him for a long time. He actually has shot photos and videos for me before. So, you know, he's one of the people that I definitely, he's an inspiration. You know what I mean? Keeping it all the way live, because he's doing kind of, let me switch it. I'm doing kind of the same thing that he's doing as far as like, you know, the in-house, you know, recording, merch, all that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So
shout out to Guy's Own Society. That's his brand and his company. And
yes, sir.
So what you go by Fat Boy, formerly known as the Fat Boy, and what's your brand? What's your brand? Is it the Fat Boy?
So yeah, the Fat Boy is what I went by for the longest. But honestly, it's like a trademark thing. You know what I mean? Like you said, you go to search it, you find Fat Boy Slim, da 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 da. So I'm kind of trying to transition into something that, you know, maybe don't run into that problem so much. But
a lot of
artists,
a lot of artists, and it's not even just like it's anybody, even if with a unique name, you know, like if they have a word in their name that correlates or is subjective to someone that has that same word in their name or in their band, whatever, like they're gonna pop up first if they're ahead of you in numbers, you know. True. So like that's why like it's funny, because when I started making music, I went by G'd Up because I accidentally spelled G'd Up altogether instead of 2 words. So I was like, hey, all right, I'll use that shit. So, but that was dope, because at the time it was the MySpace era and shit. So like you typed in my name the way it went,
and then
top of the
came up.
Page for like a decade, bro. I'm telling you, a whole decade. I was never on.
No, mine was like that too, because it was before everybody. I mean, there was like Fat Joe, and there was the Fat Boys, but everybody wasn't Fat Chris and Fat this and Fat that. So it was different at the time, and then very quickly it caught up. So it was like, damn, everybody, you know.
Everybody fat now.
Yeah. Yeah.
CNN was right. America's obese.
Mm-hmm.
But no, jokes aside, bro, as you were saying, you're kind of similar in the sense of what you do to Big V. And if people don't know what that off top, what we mean by that is Fat Boy here. It's so weird saying that to me. Fat Boy right here.
I ain't even mad. It was what it is.
Bro, don't worry, bro. I feel you, you know. Trust me, I got sick and I lost mad weight, bro. It was very, very close to a bad, tragic situation. And then I got fat again. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just stay fat.
And you know what? I'm going the opposite direction. So, like, people's telling me now, like, you can't keep going by fat for too long, because I've been losing weight. Doing a lot of walking and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I was saying, in regards to you being similar to Big V, you do photography. Do you do videos too now?
I have done a couple of videos. It's not my forte. I'm gonna keep it real. I try to be honest with my strengths and weaknesses. So it's something that I'm still learning. Definitely been picking up some stuff. I did shoot my music video Baguette. I shot that one. That one's on my YouTube and on my website. And then I shot another one that's coming out next year called Cannonball. So that one. So I'm starting to get into shooting videos a little bit more, but I'm kind of doing it for personal use on that end.
It's a good way to practice, right? You know, that way the only person you can let down is yourself.
Exactly. You can only get better, man. You know what I mean?
So in regards to the photos and stuff like that, how long have you been doing photography for?
Photography is actually relatively new because what my first passion actually was drawing. And that's actually still one of my bigger services, one of the ones that kind of, has more of a draw. And so that one's kind of the big one for me outside of hip hop. But photography, I've been doing a couple of years, more so on the side. You know what I mean? Just it's really more so a good networking tool. Like I love taking the camera to like shows and shit. People love the camera, man. You can get in. Sometimes you can get in for free even, you know what I mean? But you get in and people want to be in front of the camera, you take pictures, you can talk to everybody in the room because everybody's there, and most people there are artists too, so they want pictures, of course, so you can really get in, pass them your card and introduce yourself. Like it's a good networking tool.
When they see the club photos that you took after, a lot of the times they're like, yo, I should hit dude up for a full photo shoot,
Yeah, that's how it works.
Speaking of like taking photos and shit, I've always liked the idea of being a photographer. I've always liked the like stuff behind photography. I just like taking photos in general, but I never really pursued it with an actual camera. I'm just one of those iPhone guys. But I literally just shot a whole fucking festival in my city on an iPhone. Like
iPhone, yeah,
bro. Like, and the photos and the videos are fucking just amazing. And like I didn't have no gimbals or nothing. I was just over the barricade, able to shoot the show and shit. And it's crazy how many people interrupt you while you're trying to do your thing. They're like, yo, take a photo of me. And I'm like, man, why is it always a drunk white woman? They're all fucking, yo, take a photo of me and my friends. I'm like, nah, fuck out of here. Take your phone outside and take a selfie, damn it. Like
that's wild. That's hilarious.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So do you feel like you collaborate more with people by taking their photos or making music right now?
Definitely making music is more of a collab, especially since like this year I had more of an intention to do more collabs. So I was like, let me just do verses. You know what I mean? Because like I usually charge for verses, right? But my incentive is different because what I charge for verses, because I do free verses. If you have a PRO, if you're with ASCAP or you're with BMI or something like that, then I'll do the verse for free.
Yeah.
But if not, that's when I charge. But what I tell people is the price you're going to pay me to do a verse, you could take that same money and register with a PRO and get a free verse and have your paperwork together so you can start getting your royalties and your back end and all that shit. So I'm kind of trying to edge people into the right direction for their own career.
Educating artists, man. A lot of them, they're more focused on like, oh, the one that slaps and bops and makes me a big star, but they're not focused on like having their shit distributed right, promoted right, marketing right. And they're like, I tell a lot of the artists that I work with, if they want, like, they should, like, because of the way that the community that like the On the Line with community is building, like it's steadily growing every day, like the podcast page and then the card chats. I tell them like, yo, if you're dropping something and we've interviewed you, we should, first of all, and we talked about what's coming out, put $25 down on an ad for a week, bro. Put it out through the community, you know what I mean? Put it out through the page. And if you like $25 gets you like a whole week and hits between, I think it's like 14 or 25K of people. It says,
oh yeah.
So I'm like, yo, buy an ad through Facebook. I could put it through the community if you want. Like, obviously, they have to pay for the ad through On the Line with page, but I mean, that's simple. There's something you can figure out that way.
And I'm just at the cusp of learning the power of Facebook ads. Like,
yo, they helped a lot. I put a 3-day ad on a couple weeks ago, and like I went like 740 to like 780 people in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how to target people if you know what they're looking for, and like a lot of the On the Line with stuff with the full podcast, the full length podcast is about hip hop or the arts and mental health and shit. So we have like a discussion of music, and then we talk about like mental illness or mental health struggles that the artist is facing. So you hear some crazy shit, bro. You hear things from artists you would not expect. Like Master Ace, I had on Wordsworth, I had on. Those stories were crazy. Raz Kaz has one with Raz Kaz. I got that still in the vault. I don't want to release it because I'm just being selfish. But like that story was fucking amazing, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Sponge rapping
And
that is it Coast Contra? Something Contra. I know that it's like a group of dudes and they all rap at a table. But like they rhyme off each other's energy. I forget their name, man.
yeah, I can't think of it either.
But yeah, do you know what I'm talking about though?
Loosely, I've seen different stuff like that though. You know what I mean? Where like you kind of bouncing around.
Like there's a lot of artists or a lot of groups and shit. Groups today are not like groups in the '90s. They don't last a lot of the time. You know, because everyone's vision changes once people start listening to them.
I also feel like the game isn't really set up for groups like that, like it used to be. You know what I mean? It's kind of a solo.
I don't think it ever was. I think just a lot of the groups and collectives got lucky. You know, like there's only a few of them today that have the longevity of 20 plus years, like Wu-Tang or Locks, Dipset even. You good?
Yeah.
Y'all good?
My son.
I don't want to interrupt. If you got you got boys coming in just trying to mess with you, boy.
Yeah.
If you
I'm like, yeah, the night's over. We did the fun stuff.
Time I'm off this goddamn fucking camera. Shout out to your son though. What's up, little homie?
Yeah.
So
I love him, man.
Got it, bro. I mean, that shit makes you grow up fast.
It definitely does.
I think I've dodged a bullet because I don't think I'm a fucking father type, but I've dodged a bullet. I think maybe I don't know. Maybe there is a mini me running around somewhere, but I don't know.
You'd be surprised, because it's like you said, it makes you grow up real fast. Because before that, I was doing fuck all, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like, and then after that, it was like, all right, you gotta get your shit together, man. You can't be. It was really like flying by the seat of my pants up until then, because it was like, I'm a 20-something. I don't really got no heavy responsibilities like that. I could get an apartment or I could sleep in my car. I don't care. I could, get a steak dinner or I could eat cereal every night. Like, it didn't matter. But now it's like, somebody counting on you. So,
but you got something bigger than you, even though it's smaller than you.
Right. You got it.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. That's a fat hat, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah.
Dad
hat.
Yeah, and it's a fat at the same time,
yeah.
Double entendre.
You got it. It's on my website. Plug.
If y'all ain't familiar with the lingo back in the day, fat used to be spelled with a PH.
PH, yeah. Pretty hot and tempting.
Fat Farm. Remember those camel Fat Farm shoes? Oh shit.
Those days.
But yeah, so currently, what do you on album music wise? You have a project in the works?
I do, man. I do. So right now, the Cook Up is out now. That came out over the summer. That's kind of what I'm plugging for the rest of this year. I'm actually doing a music video shoot for the next single from that project. I'm going tomorrow with Lamar Yes. Yes, Ellen. My God, we are old, and it don't stop.
Bro, yeah, we are. Like, I think y'all are probably a bit older than me, but like, I was still in that era, so like, I feel old as fuck too.
Right.
I've been listening to hip hop since I was like 6 or 7, bro. And the first influence on me was Outkast. People are always surprised by that because I'm an East Coast, by the East Coast, So they're like, Outkast. I'm like, bro, you gotta broaden your fucking knowledge, like.
But
I was on that DJ Screw Chopped and Screwed shit for like 6 years, bro. People thought I was from the South.
That shit ain't the same as it used to be either.
Ain't no Chopped and Screwed shit like they did, bro. Once Swisher House and all that died down and shit, and Screw died, it's like it disappeared. I love that South shit, bro. And I still love Andre 3000. He's fucking amazing to me.
Oh yeah, man, for sure. I wish he would come out with more shit, but I understand why. You know, he's kind of like talk to the media and let people kind of know why, and it makes sense.
Yeah, that.
And you know, love it or hate it.
That interview?
Say again.
See that Rick Rubin interview with Andre 3000 with that Andre 3000?
No, Rick Rubin talked to Andre 3000.
Yeah.
No, I did not see that.
Gotta check that interview out, bro. He's
yes, I need to see
talked a lot of stuff. And it was funny when Killer Mike released his album or whatever, because I think he had a 3K verse on there, and then he's like, "Oh, 3K is dropping a project soon, stay tuned." And like 20 minutes later, it was off. I'm like, "Oh, you spoke too soon." 3K called. Shut the fuck up.
You gotta let that man work. But yeah, so the Cook Up, next single, Daylight, coming soon. Shooting the music video for that tomorrow. Tomorrow. But the next album, and then I got a couple EPs in between that. I'm working with my man Dasco Rally on a joint called Hoffa. It's a 6-track EP. We actually have, I believe, at least like the majority of the recording done. At least like 90% of the recording done. But we still trying to kind of go through tracks and see if we want to do anything else. And then at the top of the year, I'm working with my man, the Chef, who produced like the vast majority of the Cook Up. And we're doing another EP. I'm doing a joint EP with another artist. We don't want to announce it too soon, but it's definitely a hip hop legend.
Now you gotta slip some secrets in the show, bro. Come on.
So the best I can tell you is I've worked with him before. You know what I mean? He's on one of my music videos. He's on one of my music videos.
Figure it out. Oh, shout out my brothers from Red Rebel Armor. Y'all want some support, a good indigenous group, a good indigenous clothing brand, urban clothing, with messages, education about the indigenous peoples of both and America, everywhere. Go support my guys at Red Rebel Armor. Yeah, man, there's a lot of, you sound like you're working a lot, man. I always see you posting and stuff, like I see you posting positive messages and stuff like that, but I know while you're posting that, you're probably behind the screen doing something else.
Yeah, and that's what's wild, because it's still, there are still people that are like, yo, if you posting all day, you ain't getting nothing done. And I'm like, come on, man, it's 2023, man. You could take this phone and do 6 things at one time.
Half the shit you do consists of having to post.
Right, exactly. Like that's part of the job. You know what I mean? So, I'm always doing something.
I'm not standing outside record labels trying to freestyle for every rapper that comes out like back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm just messaging them and be like, "Can you check my track?"
That's one of the pros. That's definitely one of the pros.
I'm not trying to take that beat down like Kanye took trying to get with the Rock, man. Like, he tried hard for a while and then he finally got his spot.
And that's what it took.
My man right here just brought up a good fun fact that a lot of people don't realize. You know, Andre 3000 cannot perform on stage alone.
What do you mean, like?
He's too nervous to do it alone. So if he's not,
I'm about to say he can, or like contractually.
No, like
okay,
like just personal. Like
okay,
I'm sure he's done it before, but like I could. When I heard that, I was like, really? Like, Big Boy is what makes you able to perform better? Like, that's crazy. But
I can see that, though.
It's always Andre over Big Boy for me, but, I mean, shout out Big Boy, because, like, together they made, like ATLiens and all that, man. Oh, that shit was crazy.
I think one of the things people don't realize is that artists, even, they big, major artists, they got all this money, they go on tour, but they still people, you know what I mean? And you go from being, you the quiet kid that could just rap real good, and now you a multi-millionaire superstar going on tour, big concerts. You don't suddenly become extroverted out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like some people do learn and make the adjustment, but a lot of artists you can see, fame hit them, and it's like this ain't, what I thought it was. So
I mean,
I respect Andre 3000. I respect it.
And I caught a little bit of a buzz in the city, and I started performing more, man. I fucking hated it. I couldn't do it, man. I can't even count the amount of times I messed up on stage. Like, I was just like, bro, I can't do this shit. And then I started getting used to it a little bit more. Started drinking a little bit more behind it. I was like, oh, alcohol kind of helps with this shit. And then I was like, fuck, I need to try not doing it on alcohol. Then maybe I'll remember my words.
Yeah. I got advice. I'm gonna keep it real. Like I've said publicly before that my pre-game ritual when I go to perform is a panic attack in the parking lot. I have a little low-key moment in the parking lot, but that's how I boot up my social battery. So once that tamps down, we going in. I'm passing out flyers. I'm talking to everybody in the room. I'm hitting the stage. You know what I mean? I'm selling merch.
Introverted or extroverted?
I'm honestly more introverted. Like I love being at home, where my stuff is, where the food is, where my son is, where my TV and everything. I love being at home, man. But
body too, bro.
But I can work a room, and I do like to go out sometimes, every now and again. You know, I do get stir crazy after a while if I stay in for too long. So, there's a little balance. But if I got my choice, and it's like, yo, yeah, I know we wanted to do da 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 da, but I'm gonna have to cancel on you. I'm not gonna be mad if you cancel on me, bro. I'm not gonna be mad if you got to cancel on me, unless there was some money involved and I needed the bread. You know what I mean? But
like people realize, like, since mental health is such a thing in the forefront, well, it should be more forefronted, but I mean, it's still brought up a lot. Like a lot of people do have that anxiety where they're like, yeah, I'll go out, and then when the day comes, they're like, I ain't going. And that's like me. Like when I first got hit was like a diagnosis and shit. I started doing that a lot, and I'm like, yo, I gotta stop doing this shit because if I don't get out, I'm gonna be even more crazy. Like
you gotta get out, man. It's part of the mental health. Like as wild as it sounds, sometimes being outside and even around other people, sometimes it matters. You know what I mean? As humans, we're social creatures. Even the least social of us, you want a friend, you want somebody you can talk to, have a chat with, have a drink with, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? So it's all legit, man. We all people.
Hell
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
And we all we got.
Exactly.
You know, and I think a lot of hate that's going on like these days, bro, and like at the end of it, after it's all said and done and whatever happens to your ops, they don't realize that like there is a potential to be bigger than what that beef was. You know what I mean? They could have worked to make money. I mean, it's the industry. It's a business, bro. It's not like if you're that deep in the streets, and like I mean, Little Baby's a prime example. He didn't even want to make music. You know, he would have rather stayed doing what he was doing because he was already making decent money. So like, you know, like
people behind him that was like,
why am I gonna make slow money when I can make fast money? You know, and like I can understand it because everybody's trying to make fast money, including me. But
yeah,
you know, like if I had the opportunity and I have like someone backing me, like he had, I think it was Sug that said stop the street shit and start making music. Yeah, and like watch what happened, like right away, bro. Like
they actually started paying him to get him off the
yeah,
streets.
he paid him to go to the studio and shit. Actually, that's what he was doing. That's crazy. Shout out, Jim.
He's like, how much?
Let's keep it real. That's a smart move. You know what I mean? This is
off the streets.
Yep.
It might not be the most profitable move, but it's a smart move. You know what I mean? He ain't out there, thugging and shit.
Yeah. And like, I mean, just look at like before it was already starting to build up real bad with like the artists dying and shit. But during COVID and shit, people are dying from COVID, and there is more deaths in the rap scene than I think I've seen since the '90s.
Yeah.
Bro, the '90s that bad, bro. At least in the '90s, they were actually warring over something.
I'm a keep it real. I feel like it's the music, like it's the nature of it. You know what I mean? Like we've been saying, everybody talking about ops and sliding, and that's like all the songs now. You know what I mean? And that creates that energy. You know what I mean? It creates that image, that feeling, that emotion. You know what I mean?
Like
so I feel like that's part of it.
Behind, off the internet, like on the way you're showing yourself and carrying yourself on the internet and like portraying your image, like you carry yourself totally different off that internet shit, and people aren't gonna know the difference. They're gonna see you and just think you're the same as that internet persona. That's why stop changing your fucking persona on the internet because it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do any different for you. You know, like half the comments half the time are like, "Yo, you're a fake thug," like, and like that, and that's what starts these little rumbles. I'm like, bro, you guys are fucking petty. You're getting mad over a little fucking internet beef. You and your keyboard 47 and the fucking like put the keyboard down, bro.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It's a whole new ball game, and I don't know. I feel like you said before, it was kind of. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't ever really a fan of rap beef, even back in the day. But like I think about 50 and Ja, and it turns out they actually had real face-to-face problems behind that shit. It won't just, oh, I don't like you because you said this on a song or some shit. You know what I mean?
Started in fucking high school, bro, and it's still good.
Right.
50 Cent still trolling this guy, man.
Right. You know what I mean? So with that being said, it was a reason behind it.
Bought out a full section of Ja Rule's concert and nobody was there.
That shit was petty.
Bro, that
shit was
50
petty. Yeah, he's the king of that shit.
And I still laugh every time I see that Floyd Mayweather video when he's talking to Floyd saying, if you could read one page from Harry Potter, I was like, 50, man, just stop. Like, you're going to get hit another 9. So.
Oh, the one that stands out to me is I saw a video, Jay-Z, everybody talks about, would you rather have a dinner with Jay-Z or $500,000? And he was in like the airport or some shit he was going through, and some dude was like, yo, Jay-Z was good, man. And Jay trying to be cool, and dude like, yeah, man, but I'd take the $500K, man. I wouldn't even want to have a dinner. And I'm like, bro, don't give a fuck about this shit. Like, he probably tired of people asking him about this shit, talking about that shit.
He just had with Gail, it's Oprah's friend there. Get her name,
yeah,
Gail. But he just had that interview with her, and they brought that up, and he was like, "Yo, I told him take the $500,000."
Right.
I've been saying that too, and like, nah, man, I learn like business and everything. I'm like, yeah, but bro, if you don't ingest it right, and you just think he told you something, and just do it, you're not. It doesn't mean you're gonna do it the same, bro. And then if you keep repeating it. The definition of insanity is doing the same shit expecting a different result. And like, bro, if you're doing the same shit expecting a different result in music, you're already being slept on, bro. They're tired of it.
Exactly.
That $500K do a lot. First of all, it could help my fam, and it could help.
Right.
Doing.
That's direct. You know what I mean? Imagine you sit down to dinner with Jay-Z at a nice restaurant, and he start even giving you stock options and start talking about, just all the business shit that he knows how to do, and he just lay it on you. That's a lot for you to take in one dinner. And you ain't going to understand half of that shit. Like, let's keep it real. You an average Joe. Even if you know a little bit, you ain't on no billionaire level. He going to start talking about shit that's over your head so bad. You going to leave with some game, but it ain't going to be what you think.
They're going to leave and just start not writing the rhymes and rapping off. Like, Jay-Z could just rap in the studio without writing. I'm like, well, we've known that since fucking 96, so.
Right.
You didn't take the shit you were supposed to.
Exactly.
And the whole stock part about it, yeah, if he's offering stock options and you're looking at, I'm good with that, I'd be like, you dummies.
Right. He's telling you the game. But that's what I'm saying. It also depends on who's on the other end of the table. Like, we know what Jay-Z is capable of. Are you going to get somebody that can do what Jay-Z does? Or are you going to find, just some hood dude that don't really know nothing about nothing? Or are you going to find, what we talking about here?
Some character for sure, you're right. And, like, the thing is, like, the first thing I'm doing if I had that dinner, though, if I really did have that dinner with Jay-Z, is I'm putting my phone on the table, I'm putting record on, and I'm just taking in everything we speak about. I'll just listen to it over and over until I understand what he's trying to get at.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Like I said on that post, I'll take the cash. It's going to be more useful to me. Yeah, that's fact.
Sure. Yeah.
Hip hop out in Canada. He's in my province in Ontario. Jay-Z just recently came out in an interview. Yeah, I know, June. I just said that. Thank you. God damn it, June. Stop mimicking my answers, June Fargo. I'm tired of it.
Shout out Big Pan. What's up, Big Pan?
So, what's the message that Fats Music is trying to like give off, like today, not when you started, because like when you start, you're trying to put something and you're trying to get people to listen. You don't really have a message yet. So now you've been in it for what, more than 2 decades at least.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What's the message now after you've taken in? Like, you've seen the hip hop scene evolve to where it's at. It's kind of state sometimes, but I mean it's where it's at for a reason. So. What do you think your message changed along the trajectory of the evolution, or do you think it stayed the same?
So, two-part question. To answer the first part, my message, my motto, the saying that I go by, keep doing you, somebody gonna feel it. All right? And that goes into what we was talking about how you don't gotta have ops and you ain't gotta be carrying the stick and all that. Like, do what you do. If you a nerdy kid in fucking middle suburbia and you got both of your parents and you can cook, rap about cooking. You know what I mean? Make a song that says, thanks to your mom and dad for keeping a roof over your head. Somebody will listen to that shit. Somebody will buy that shit. Somebody will bump that shit. You know what I mean?
His neighbor's going to relate to the shit.
Exactly. So you got to rock with you. So that's the message. And it has evolved over time. When I first started, it was hip-hop was more like my journal. You know what I mean? It was just a way for me to get shit off of my chest that maybe I couldn't talk about, or I felt like I couldn't talk about to other people. When I first started, I was 10 years old, so I didn't necessarily feel like my little problems that I had when I was 10 years old or the stuff that I was thinking about, I didn't feel like, you know, it was important enough for other people around me all the time. So I wanted to get it out. And so that hip-hop is kind of where that started. And so from there, I kind of went the route of everybody else, which is why I'm speaking from experience. I started to go into this was like, you know, early 2000s, so it wasn't sliding on the ops. It was popping the haters or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Early mixtape era. So, but it wasn't my life. It wasn't my experience. It wasn't what I was actually doing. So over time, I realized you just got to do you. You know what I mean? Currently, with the message being keep doing you, you know what I mean? I'm a single dad. I'm chasing my dream. You know what I mean? I'm just getting to the point where I'm starting to really make a little bit of money where I can pay some bills here and there. But it's nice to see that it's making progress. You know what I mean? People are starting to check in. I'm starting to kind of develop a little bit of a community. So it's nice to know that there's other people out there that feel like I feel. And it's different when you know that the people that are coming to you, as many or as few as it is, that they're there because, okay, I like what he has to talk about. He made this post about how, all right, like everybody talking about that dating post. You know what I mean? How you can't take a chick to this date or whatever that's been going around all over the internet. My take on it is vibes are free. Date people who actually like you. You know what I mean?
I saw that poster. I was like, facts. You know, like
right. Everyone's
trying to find like a trophy wife and shit. I'm like, yo, it ain't work like that.
Right. Because honestly, there's some dudes out there that are like, yeah, I wouldn't take a chick to Applebee's or Chili's or IHOP or whatever anyway. You know what I mean? I don't go nowhere like that. But me, I'm a Wendy's in the parking lot kind of dude. I'm good with that. That's what I'm going to do on a regular Friday night by myself. But I understand that for a lady, you got to do a little bit more. You got to put some effort into it. You got to put some energy into it, make it an experience.
Upsize her Wendy's meal to large.
You can get a combo instead of the 4 for 4. You know what I mean?
Frosties. Get your Frosties. Be romantic.
Right. You know what I mean? But legitimately speaking, you know what I mean? You just got to find people that like what you like. You got to find people that are on the level that you want. I'm not going to go for it. If a lady has made it clear she could take herself to Ruth's Chris for a regular lunch on a regular Tuesday, that's not the lady for me. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing wrong with her. It ain't nothing wrong with that. She handling her business, doing what she want to do with her life. But she's not going to be satisfied with what I like to do. You know what I mean? I can afford better than Wendy's, but
I like Wendy's.
I like Wendy's. Yeah.
I rate Wendy's is one of my favorite fast food joints.
Exactly, man. You can't beat it. You know what I mean? So,
and pause, Five Guys.
Yo. Yeah. Pause.
This guy hasn't tried fucking In-N-Out Burger yet.
I haven't either. I'm not even gonna stunt. I haven't either. So I'm in the same.
Do they have a lot of? I'm sure they're mostly West Coast, eh?
Yeah, they don't have In-N-Out in North Carolina that I know of. You know what I mean? We just started getting like Checkers. I think they just started having Checkers out here. You know what I mean? So
they just opened the first Chipotle here in like 2 years ago.
Oh wow! Yeah. So
and I haven't even gone yet. Cause like I just know I get bubble gut and shit. I'm like,
I
want to try.
that's me. I haven't been to Chipotle either, but it's because I've heard mixed reviews. Like some people are like, "Yo, Chipotle banging," and then some people are like, "Yo, if you want to keep your intestines intact, don't go to Chipotle." So I'm like, I don't know if I want to flip that coin.
My home. So you might like it, it might be good for you, but if you do eat it, make sure you go home the first time you try it and don't go out first. And I'm like, why? He's like, trust me. I'm like, all right. And then I figured out what he meant because he called me the next day. He said, yo, I'm sick as fuck. I'm like, poor dude. But yo, because I think Instagram's gonna cut us. We should do a second run up because I think we just scratched the surface on this conversation.
Yeah,
so
we'll set it up.
I don't know when you're free next, but it doesn't matter when we do. It doesn't have to be back to back. You know what I mean? But it'll just be an interview. And but before we go, are you able to spin any bars for us?
Damn, put me on the spot.
Why everybody says that? Like they should know I'm gonna ask that.
I did. I don't know why I never expect.
Like,
it's not as common as it used to be.
It could be a written verse, bro. It doesn't have to be like off the top.
My potential is inconsequential. Pull out the pencil, wearing out the mental. I don't know. You got me.
Come on, bro.
I'm fucking blowed. Hold on. Let me see. What we got? Homie, I'm a mutant. I breathe in fire and spit pollution. Leader of the new school, looping up all the loose ends, a nuisance. Talk my shit and give you my 2 cents. I'm ruthless.
Bro, at least you're giving it a shot. Some people are just flat out like,
I ain't no quitter. You know what I mean?
Damn it.
I ain't no quitter. I'm fucked up though.
I got some other things that I'm gonna hit you up on privately on the DM about because I'm managing artists out here and shit right now. So I might have some work I want to work with you on.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll send you some ideas of what they sound like and shit. But I'm pretty sure you could do some dope hooks or something for us and help us out.
And I'm gonna be prepped with the bars at the end of the next show too. Don't you worry.
Oh shit, my little bro Tixie just joined. What's up, Tixie? But yeah, bro, definitely we're gonna have a part 2 soon. After I cut off this one, I got an interview with the homie Riso Valley. That's Fat Joe's son, if you guys don't know. So
that's what's up.
We're gonna lock in. I'm gonna hit you up, and bro, I appreciate you coming on, man. You're a very solid individual. I could tell you're a genuine person, and I've been able to tell that since you jumped into the community. And like I saw you join up, and I'm like, well, this is different. I'm like, usually artists don't join, and artists make it. So I'm like, all right. So I hit it, and I saw you posting shit. I'm like, yo, actually, you know what? I fuck with this because like I've been waiting for people to start posting, and since you started posting, other people have started posting.
Yeah.
They see like, oh, okay, so we're allowed to post our stuff, even though the description says promote yourself. But I mean, like, you know.
Because like I said, when we first started talking, I like groups where when you get in there, they, people talk about more, like you still talking about music, like you stay on topic, but it's not just dropping your links and bouncing.
Yeah.
Most groups are like that. It just turns into drop your links, bounce, drop your links, bounce. You don't get any kind of content or value out of it.
Interviews and like artist promotion pages that have like 200,000 followers on it. And I get like maybe 2 likes, and that's on a good day. And on my regular communities, or like say I posted on like a page with like 400 followers, it's like 20, 50. Like I'm like, whoa, bro. See, like all communities are what's dope because you're tapping into people who are trying to do the same thing as you.
Right.
Even though everyone promote themselves, get themselves bigger and shit. Yeah, I get that. I get that whole point of it. But like if you're not networking. Like if you think posting your link and bouncing and networking, no one's checking your shit. I can promise you that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Your analytics are gonna be fucking in the red for months. But
it's like that. I learned that myself, and in the groups where you talk, because I learned from like one of my personal pages, because I would jump in like like dating groups and singles groups and shit, and just talk and drop memes and. That page had more engagement than my business page at the time, and it was like, oh, group pages count too to your engagement, like.
Yeah. And when you make the instead of making your page on your personal profile and you make it through like your artist page, like it's connected. So all the analytics combined in one. Like that Card Chats group that you're in with the podcast page that you're on, like when I check analytics every couple weeks, completely different. But yeah, like I said, man, we're gonna have a part 2 soon. We'll chop it up after this one. Everyone, episode 139 of Card Chats. Shout out my man Fat, formerly known as the Fat Boy. I'm the fatboy.com. Go check his music, go check his merch, go check everything out. And I'm your man Hanley from On the Line With. Again, Fat, thanks for coming on, bro. Let's chop it up again. And everyone go run up them numbers on my homie's music. Go check out that track Eat that we put earlier. And yeah, we're gonna chop it up again soon, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me, man. Y'all have a great night. Happy Halloween.
Thanks. And shout out Howard you. Free my dog, he's free. All right, brother. Have a good one.
You too. Thanks.
Yeah.